Right. Let's see if I've got audio now.
Microphone audio. Audio capture.
Okay, so hopefully, let's see if I've got audio now. I'm using OBS so I can show you my desktop at the same time. Audio input capture. Okay, well, anyway, while I'm doing that, I will unbox okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's have a look what we get in here. So these are the side blinker things to make sure you can see at the side. It has a wireless charging unit. I'm hoping that the headset's already partially charged, otherwise this will be the shortest demo ever. Okay, so we've got the inputs, a USB-C as the previous Oculus Quest 2. We've got a power button on the side. I'm going to use the official cable that comes with it. That way I can't blame that. This looks like a head covering of some description, which is great. I don't see a USB cable, so I'm guessing it's an optional extra. Okay, so I'm going to have to just use my standard cable. I'd say here's one I made earlier, which I didn't. Okay, so I'm going into USB-C. I'm going to plug it into my Steam Deck. So my Steam Deck's running the Gateway software, which you can see VNC'd below. Okay, now it's just a moment of truth. Very long cable, but it gives enough time for a bit of a drum roll. So I plug in the USB-C, wherever it's disappeared to. It's on the side, and hopefully the gateway is going to pop up with a new device once I turn it on. So I'm going to take off the two new things, reduce the size. Right, 65% battery, which is good news. Okay, so if I take this on, I'm going to probably need to put it into development mode to be able to actually allow it to connect via the ABP port. So let's just get that up, and okay, so we're booting up, hopefully slightly faster than before. Swap hands on the controllers. Now, of course, I'm going to have to log into my Facebook account, and hopefully that'll bring the development mode across from the previous generation. Fairly slow, but they've got cameras on the actual controllers, which is good, and charging components to it. There's another plastic component. Move your head to the highlighted option and then press the headset volume to select it. Perfect. English UK. Please stay seated for setup. hold down the Oculus button on the right and left buttons. See the pairing, 1, 2, that's 1 on, 2 on. So you can't see much, obviously, because I'm not on the screen yet, but it's just pairing the controllers. Controller's not found, surprise, surprise. Right controller turning on, left controller turning on, and it's now got both controllers, which the alignment isn't great, I must admit. Okay, we're going to connect to the 5G connection. So I've got Wi-Fi 6E, which obviously has to have line of sight based on the fact that the data transfer is just so limited. Okay, connected to the 5G connection. Adjust the wheel, which I have on the back. Now I've got to adjust the depth wheel. So this is the alignment for your eyesight, which in all fairness looks absolutely fine. Lens spacing, you actually push them in and out. I'll leave them at default. You seem okay at the moment. Read the manual, fantastic, that's what I've always wanted. Read the safety one, only use indoors, logically makes sense. Designed for 13-year-olds and over. Okay, fine. And surprise, surprise, it wants to do a software upgrade. Got the Quest mobile app. 2 minutes remaining. Oh, you can't actually put them flat down now based on the fact they don't actually have those horrible wheel things. Right, let's get the MetaQuest app up. And because I can't type properly, it's now saying Myers-Briggs, which I don't want to do that at this point in time. MetaQuest. Perfect. I'd like to use Bluetooth. No network connection detected. I'm not sure how that could possibly be, but I'll give it another go. No network connection connected. "55 seconds. No internet connected. Seems silly. Email from Gareth, MetaQuest. Yep, absolutely fine. 18 seconds. To continue as Jonathan Wright. Found my Quest 2. Complete my Horizon profile. Next. Open to everyone. Review. Accept and continue. 1 second remaining. Now back to 3 seconds remaining. Impressive. Okay, so strange enough, the Quest app doesn't actually have a Quest Pro listed on it. So let's go and have a look in the App Store, see if it's needs updating. MetaQuest. Nope, it's the latest version. fail. Leave that down there anyway. Now it's going to 20 seconds remaining. Impressive. So 11 minutes gone. Apply an update. As you can see, I don't have a device detected on the gateway yet. It's applying an update. So we should go back to these ones, which the balance of the headset's much better based on the fact that the battery pack's at the back. So not all the battery and everything else is on the front of your headset. So hopefully the battery will be pretty good as well. It has these fisheye kind of things on the edge of each camera, so in theory when you put it behind your head, it doesn't rely on the tracking on the front to identify where they are, plus the 6 gyros. It does have eye tracking as well, which will be interesting to see what happens with eye tracking in comparison to kind of what you get with the HoloLens 2. Jeez, it really does like the applying this update. How big can it be? You've only just launched it. But I have to say that when I was downloading the new Modern Warfare, they did the exact same thing. Even though you've got the disc and it installs 100 gig, it decides that it wants to download all of the packs separately at 20 gig a pack. So I guess it's a modern way of not having to release the full version on day one. It's not steaming up as much as the other one does, which is, I suppose, a plus. Update in progress. So in theory, all you need to do to be able to get access to it is to enable development mode, which then allows you to have USB debugging. Once you've got USB debugging, then in essence it will just connect to the gateway like any other Android device. There's not really that much changed on this particular device, in the sense of the only real thing is the system on the chip has kind of gone into the Snapdragon kind of landscape instead of the Samsung system on a chip, which just didn't have the same level of power. In theory, this will be the same chip that they put in the Quest 3, what comes out back end of next year, which will be the equivalent consumer device to the Pro, but with I'm guessing cut down memory, cut down functionality. I would expect it still to be mixed reality, but obviously, as you can tell, the mixed reality isn't based on it seeing through. It's more around the using the cameras as pass through. So it's now restarting the headset in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, another reboot for Meta. So I've got my Alienware with a 3070 in. I've got my main machine. Oh, it's doing a firmware update. With a 3070 in it, and then I've got a unfortunate the Quattro on the Nvidia, which is the equivalent of a 980, and then I've got the Steam Deck, which is the equivalent of about a 980 as well, but obviously the portable form factor. So it does always worry me when they decide to do a firmware update at the start. I could understand a software update, but actually updating the hardware does feel like if it's not come with a lot of charge, you could potentially brick your entire device. Now, obviously, this device is, in essence, designed for enterprise use, 1,500 in comparison to the what was previously $300 for the Meta 2 until they hiked the price up again. Okay, so let's have a look. So we're back into this normal space. Update in progress, really. Estimated timer thingy. It's detected. It's updating the controller, left controller and right controller. Now asking me to pair with my MetaQuest app, which fine. Go to the App Store, go to download quests, and then you may need a QR code in the app. I'm not sure how that would work, but yeah, okay, let's see. So you can see I've got my MetaQuest and my Meta first gen, which I can access the cameras for, but I want to be able to add a new device. So in theory, Quest, maybe. Devices wouldn't be a sensible idea. Yep, for some reason no Meta 2 device. So what I'm going to do as a DR solution is hope that the Android OS is actually got a copy of this. So it's telling my devices, which it's saying both devices can't be found. Controllers, developer modes, power thingy. Okay. So plus device. Again, it's not actually listed, so I'm going to put it as a Quest 2. Looking for device. Look at your headset and find the device. 87832. So I paired it as a Quest 2. Surprised that the software doesn't even have. No, the code is not correct. Try again. MetaQuest app. Follow the instructions in your app to pair. Okay, well, I tried that, and surprise, surprise, you didn't want to do. I'll have to rely on an Android device. Right, so this is the first failure of a new device, is that actually it's not even listed on the app, which is telling you that, which is surprising because that means you can't physically actually load it on. So I'm guessing that the other app would do it, because all it gives you is a Go, Rift, Quest, Quest 2, which obviously it's none of those, not now. I have the Go, Quest, and the 1 and 2 of the Quest. Okay, it's downloading on the Android device. It doesn't actually seem to have any other options, so if you didn't want to pair with the setup, you were pretty much doomed. And then you've just got £1,500, well, nothing really. Don't think the tap through mode is working either at the moment. Come on. Meta Quest app. Well, there is an Oculus app and there's a Meta, unless there's a separate MetaQuest app, which there isn't. That's just ridiculous. Oh. Side Quest is coming up on here as well. I'll download that one as well because that's useful. Having trouble pairing? Go to settings and select your headset. If it doesn't play, click pair new headset. Or maybe it's just not in the UK App Store instead of the US App Store, because obviously there has been bloggers and stuff put this up already. I think I might actually have the Meta Quest app on my machine as well. Meta Quest. No. Oh, come on, Android OS. Slightly embarrassing when it's a new phone. Quite a lot of unnecessary plastic slice things. Not quite sure why you'd want those stuck on there, but say a bit. Okay, so we're hoping that the Android device is going to save us, otherwise this may be the most uninteresting live stream ever, which it might be already. Oh, it's good to see my friend Paul Grossman. And you, Bella. Good girl. What other devices do I have that I could try? Oh, the Quest is finally updating. It only took 30 seconds, longer than it should have done. Installing. Even the dog is anxious. Lie down, Bella. Sit down. Good girl. Okay, Meta Quest Android version. See if this has any more success. Allow optional cookies. Log into Facebook. Oh. That means I've got to remember what my Facebook password is, which could be absolutely anything. Steve, bless me. I think I got man flu today. Logged into the Meta app whilst using the app. Fine. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Go over, go to devices, click on device list, and surprise, surprise, this actually has a Quest Pro on it. So congratulations, Apple, for Meta to actually the first defect. The Meta Pro has been found based on the fact that you can't access the device if you don't have a legitimate Android device. So great. Okay, pairing successful, done. Right, now that I'm done, I can move forwards. Share information with Meta. I suppose so, as we're helping them. Create a boundary. Fine. Confirm. Switch to stationary boundary. Confirm. Mixed reality, please. Okay, so now I can actually see the camera, see all my screens and my GoPro and everything else. So first impressions, it's okay. You can actually physically use your screens. Right, so that's now done. I've got my normal menu back. I'm logged in as I would expect to be. Of course, I can cast at this point in time, so I could connect a cast device, but I'm not going to. I'm going to skip installing those at the moment, mainly because of the bandwidth thing, so I'm going to skip it. So let's just go into development mode first. So if I go to all unknown sources, it doesn't have any of the eggplant stuff loaded on there. Fine. Okay, so now I'm going to have to go to developer mode. So settings, and you've got experimental stuff, which is fine. We're going to go into that. Background audio play, no, the new features I definitely don't want. Privacy, security, virtual devices, movement tracking. I'm gonna go with system, maybe. Nope, it's not under there. Accounts, this headset. Yes, I know. Oh, it's not there. Oh, account center. It's going to a web page. Really not helpful. Devices. Pair my Bluetooth stuff. Oh, maybe app permissions. Location, microphone, storage, app locations, install apps. Fine. No, that's not it. Privacy. Device permissions. Same thing again. AirLink. Access PC VR computer without a link cable. Turn AirLink off if you want to use Quest with a cable. Okay, fine. Right. Put my pin in, which I can actually see the screen now, which is not great, I must admit, but we'll let it off. Okay, so I'm plugging that in, getting nothing on here whatsoever, so it's obviously generally doesn't care. Unless there is no development mode of the device, which type in here no, it doesn't look like it has a developer mode. Put USB in, USB. Nope. App share accounts, head tracking, headset tracking is on. MAC address, device, network, power. System, sound, language, head tracking software, no. Wi-Fi, standard Wi-Fi stuff. Guardian, personalize your environment, which really doesn't make any difference when you've got pass-through mode. Storage, apps. Okay, natural facial expressions, yes. Enable. Temporary pause, natural facings, okay. Eye tracking. Images of your eyes are only processed on this headset. If you believe that, you believe anything. Hand tracking. I'm not going to put hand tracking on because I've got the thingies, so I don't really need to. Notifications. Not much use. It says that I'm the admin. It's got my desk in, so I can now define my desk surface. Draw a line using B or A. Well, that didn't work. Try again. Desk in VR. Add desk. Oh, a second. Make my desk over there. Thank you. That's about the right level. Thank you. Keyboard, show keyboard on home, Bluetooth keyboard. It should in theory see your keyboard, which mine does. Hand tracking and virtual workspace, fine. Controllers, keyboard, mouse. Accessibility, vision, hearing, but audio balance, privacy, social connections, device permissions. Done all of those. Permissions, done all those. Security, don't need a pattern on this one. Experimental features, perfect. And meta. Okay, so then if I load SideQuest on my main machine, SideQuest. And then I should be able to connect to my device. Not found one. Okay. Okay, it's saying the problem is the USB cable, which I can kind of partially believe. So I'm going to unplug this cable because it's ridiculously long. And I'm going to try and find another cable, which I have vast amounts of. USB-C. No, that's not C. That's not C. USB-C cable. USB-C. There's none of those. Okay. So I need some kind of short USB-C, which the only one I've got is for the camera what's plugged in. Okay, I will have to end the live stream and try and debug locally.